Big Easy today in New Orleans, Louisiana. Caesars Superdome, home of the R+L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. Weeks of additional practice and prep for bowl games not only can set the tone for what we're going to see in this game, but for what might be in store next season as well. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Sam Houston Bearcats, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the Troy Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Kickoff team is out there ready to get this bowl game underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Bearcats offense will have the opening possession of the game. Guys, it's been a long season. These two squads have had their fair share of battles, but today, David, they have a chance to end the season with a W.
And it's a little bit old school, right? With the bowl system, not as much to play for, but you get to put that uniform on again. And it should mean something. You had the bowl prep. You got to have some fun in a different city, Jesse. Now you get to go out and attack this game.
And it's another out.
There he goes. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
The give on the option. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Let's talk just for a moment about Sam Houston. Great pickup on the defensive front. 3-star defensive lineman gives a verbal commitment last week, and you really need to bring good talent into the program. Maybe diamonds in the rough. At this level, that's how they thrive.
Oh, there's no doubt. And just some of these guys, they're not as refined, but they've got the tools, right? And so I think he's got the tools, and this is a guy that you can build around that defensive line. You need all the big bodies you can get.
Got room at the 35. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
The Bearcats will have it 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
The Bearcats look to do some damage in the red zone. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12.
But you're seeing analytics become a bigger part of college football each and every year, and there is a good example of it. Opening drive of the game, you're across the 50, 4th down, and it says run the ball and go for it. Even if you don't get it, your opponent's going to have to drive a ways. There's still a lot of football left to play. Hindsight's always 20/20, but that was an excellent decision by the head coach.
To the air on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. Gets it to him on the screen. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Touchdown, Bearcats! Quick strike through the air for the score.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So an 82-yard drive there, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Troy Trojans offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
To the air on 2nd down. Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. They were counting on making a few yards after the catch on 3rd down. Instead, they're staring at 4th.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times you trust your guy. You throw it to him, and you say, I can make somebody miss or lower my shoulder and get to the sticks. The defense had none of that. Nice job tackling. Nice job forcing the 4th down.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Rides to back and leaves it. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, they hooked up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again deep down the field, but it falls incomplete.
Now facing a 3rd and long. the gun, wants to pass. Incomplete. Man, oh man, is that one this junior would love to have back. And the Bearcats will send out the punt unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Perhaps feeling that coverage coming, signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 25. Guys, the Troy offense returns to the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Williams. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Chester. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down.
And you got man-to-man coverage. You're running that curl route. That ball has to come out. You know you're going to get hit. Like, you know you stopped your route. He's going to be right there. He does a great job securing the catch, getting the first down.
Fires to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Algier. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Troy!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Looking downfield on first down. Oh, they're after him! And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
The Bearcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. They're working that left side. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, you can afford to be a little bit late as a quarterback when you're throwing curl routes into zone coverage when you've got an arm like that. This dude's got a cannon.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the grab. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The Bearcats will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. Now the Trojan offense returns to the field. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Trojans now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll run play action. Had to throw it before he wanted. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
This QB already in the first quarter has taken some serious punishment. Got sacked a bunch, got hit a bunch. He's been targeted a lot. This offense needs to find some answers before we're going to be looking at his backup playing some serious snaps.
What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. A fun postseason battle here. Deadlock at the end of the first. Here's a quick check on the stats so far. And the Trojans line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. They go to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Just a little off. Incomplete. And the Bearcats will bring the punt team onto the field.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
So, guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will... The pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. The Trojans will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Makes the catch right at the 50. And there he goes. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Sam Houston. The whole thought process is just get the ball back, and what will we do on offense? And the special teams takes care of that.
What a great job by the special teams unit, making a big-time play. Listen, the offense was going to get the ball reached. Yeah, I get you, but they got this taken care of. Take the punt return, make a few guys miss, take it all the way to the house. Really good execution in that punt return.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, the Troy offense returns to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. The run from the shotgun. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more, but sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Grabbed over the middle. It's Chester. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Now the defense will try to rise up on 3rd and short from the 21. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
It's so hard to tackle these fast guys in the open field. You see when you duck your head and you're going to try to hit somebody, you can't see him anymore. Ducks his head a little bit. Next thing you know, broken tackle, guys getting extra yards.
Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Rolls it in. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. And the Trojans come to the line in the hurry-up. Gives it on the option. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Now adjusting. They wrap him up. He tried to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's stopped in the backfield.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the second quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger, because it's obvious. This offensive line, they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have the guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you can tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough where he heard it.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Hobbs. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Right down the boulevard, it's good. That'll bring him to within 4. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The give from the gun. Gets it past the marker. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Leaves it with the back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone. And the Bearcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Gonna run it. It's Spears. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. operating in the red zone here on second down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
The Bearcats come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Gives it on the option. And that'll not only be a first down, it'll be first and goal from the 7.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Bearcats will try to put one on the board on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Bearcats! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Now the Trojan offense returns to the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really, really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Just got to finish the play through the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. Caught near the sticks. It's Hobbs. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Yeah, great catch, but great read. I love the quarterback understanding. You're going to see the blitz. I'm going to get the ball to my running back quickly, let him get the first down. Nice job by the quarterback seeing that really fast.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
You got to love that on defense. One of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Wants to throw on first down. Hauls it in. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Reese, thanks. Talk about an entertaining first half and always such a fun and vibrant environment there at the New Orleans Bowl.
And the Bearcats will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he's coming out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So, guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. And sort of an ugly first half, honestly, but the deficit's still manageable if they want to wrap up this season with a bowl win.
This is a team I know that takes a lot of pride, and I'm sure at halftime in the locker room, David.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And this offense has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. They're already down 2 possessions. You know the pass has to come at some point, but they got to keep him clean. They can't get behind the sticks consistently. They've got to start to narrow this gap.
Going to swing it on second down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hobbs. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And you got to wonder if this offense is going to go for it here. They're trailing now by a lot. I know there's a lot of football still to go, and I know they're on their own end of the field, but just kind of get the feeling their defense hasn't gotten a ton of stops. They may need to stay out there, and they're going to need this quarterback to make a play.
And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Offense gets set for second down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Turning it on! They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
The Bearcats in a good spot here with second and short. Leaves it with the running back. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
On third and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Bearcats look to keep this drive humming. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Out of the gun to give to the back. Headed to the end zone. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
They'll try to slam it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bearcats. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking in front.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Guys, the Troy offense returns to the field. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. To the air on first down. Pucks it out of the air.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
The Trojans can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Caught close to the marker. It's Chester. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play can put a defender in. That linebacker had to make a decision. Was the running back going to get the ball? He thought so, so he bit up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind him.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
With the catch, it's Chester. And he used that patented spin move to pick up a few extra yards.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Across the 45. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
And the Trojans kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Off the play fake on first down. Got a man. It's Chester. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Sixth play of the drive coming up. Off the play fake. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
I think this quarterback now at this point is looking over the sideline saying, hey, can we just not throw it anymore? I mean, my guys, they can't block for me. I've got no chance back here. We need to just run the ball from this point out.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with results of the play. The Trojans decide to punt it away. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. Discretion, the better part of valor, not going to give him a chance to return as they kick it toward the sideline. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. To the ground with the back. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Handoff from the gun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
That's the end of the period, and Sam Houston has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Using the quick game. Brings into the open. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
And at some point for the defense, I'm just thinking, hey, man, like, it's got to be somebody else. I mean, the big tight end has made play after play after play today. And we know if it gets close in the 4th quarter, they're going to look his way, so the defense really needs to have a plan.
And the Bearcats are rolling down the field. From the gun, running back gets to give.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. He leaves it with his back. Makes it past the marker. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Bearcats have it with a 1st and 10.
Let's go!
From the shotgun, they'll run it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
They'll go to the ground. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision, nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Right down the boulevard. And now the lead is even bigger.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Now the Trojan offense returns to the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
And the Trojans with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Surging forward on the sneak. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. No need to get cute there, especially when they allow you to push the quarterback forward, and they do and get the first down.
Yeah, the quarterback just does a nice job finding the crease, right? Which side of the center am I going to go? I got to get low to the ground, and I'm going to have my buddies behind me trying to give me a little extra shove to go get that first.
Really nice job on the defense shutting down all the options. Don't let him get into his reading phase. Go get him right now, play sound, and more importantly, tackle him and get him on the ground.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And as a defensive line, the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this team.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Punk. They've done what they want in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. And he's already 1 for 1, so this time he'll try to put one through from 39 yards out. Absolutely center cut. and that will extend their lead even further.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over, and while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So, guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Looking to throw on first down. The sweet feet buy a little time. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Hey, it's a heads-up play right there. Listen, you're trying to scramble. You're trying to make something happen. Nobody's open. You're not going to be able to get out of bounds. Just protect yourself. Get down on the ground. Get what you can get and live to play another day.
Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. They'll send 3 wideouts left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Grab behind the line. It's Hobbs. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And a really nice job by the defense winning 2nd down. I think the quarterback thought he could dump this off, maybe get some positive yards, set up a good 3rd down. The defense did a great job responding and getting that running back on the ground.
They're facing a 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants a big play here late. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder. I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen here.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together.